We are good to go. We are alive, my friend.
All right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. I am your host, Sean.
I am also Sean.
That's
in
true.
Spirit.
Yeah.
In spirit.
Well, he's been inside you, and he's still there. Part of him.
Just a little bit, like
some DNA.
Not a lot. I got
pubes.
most of it out. The pubes I cannot get rid of. It's
That's
like
the it's in between the teeth that's really difficult.
You know, like when you have like a long-haired dog and just the hair's everywhere. Same thing, but it's like in my mouth.
Yeah, I've met your daughter.
Yeah, it happens. But so yeah, welcome to another episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast.
This episode has been so difficult to schedule.
It
to
really
do.
has.
It's been about 2 weeks now.
So yeah, we're a little bit behind.
Because it all started with me having to cancel for personal reasons. Then we were like, let's do it tomorrow. And then you're like, listen, guy, I can't do it. And I'm like, okay, we'll just do it the next day. And then I think I was then like, I can't do it the next day. And then you're like, oh, we'll do it can't do it the next day. And we kept rescheduling. Like we kept rescheduling, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And every single day, one of us, it was always in order. It was me first, then Julian, then me, then Julian, then me, then Julian, then me, and it just kept going like that. Shit kept getting in the way. Like it was ridiculous.
So here we are finally.
Shit.
To give you
my favorite part
things.
was one of the times I was like, oh, we're definitely gonna film tonight. Like there's no issues. We talked about it the day of, and we were like, everything's good, everything's good. And I was just like, dude, imagine I think you called me, and I was like, dude, imagine we have to cancel again. Yeah. And we laughed about it. And then I was home, showering, everything. You know, my fiance goes, oh, Julian's calling you. I was just like, oh, okay, bring it over. And I'm in the shower, so I just tell her to put it on speaker.
Right.
And she does, and she like leaves it there. And you're just like, hey man, so I guess you jinxed us.
Jinxed us, dude.
I was like, why, what's up? And you're just like, yeah, we can't record. And I just start cracking up so fucking hard.
Dude, it was terrible though.
Because it's literally like 2 weeks of us just canceling on each other perfectly.
Yeah, so
perfectly.
I was expecting, honestly, everything went pretty smoothly though as far as setup. I was expecting like thunderstorms and lightning and crazy shit like the last time Ginger-Shawn and his girl was here.
Oh my god, yeah, we kept getting jinxed. Like
dude, it was her fucking juju, her fucking brown magic, black magic, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
We were gonna get canceled.
We didn't curse within the first 30 seconds though.
I'm pretty sure we did.
Did we?
Someone in the comments.
Yeah, I don't think.
Hey
we
guys,
did.
Let us know if we cursed within the first 30 seconds of this video.
We're never gonna fucking monetize, dude. Oh my god. But no, speaking of ridiculous.
Also, let me know if you can pick up any of these farts.
Please don't, dude. I know what you put down.
The worst part is the angle that I'm sitting at. They're just wafting right into my face.
Oh, that's
right where
that's the
in
best
between
part.
the mic and my glasses. They're getting caught like right in here.
Your glasses gonna start fogging up.
In the lenses, yeah.
No.
All right. What did you want to say?
I did. Start on. Yeah, I did. So we have at the house one of those. When we first got the house, I was so excited about it because I never had a thermostat that looks so fucking cool. It's one of those smart thermostats.
It's one of those cool ones. I know those are.
I don't know why, but
when you're an adult, you're just like, oh man, this is so cool. Yeah.
So it's been good to us. We're almost coming on a year now living here, but last week it fucking went out.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait, so was it the thermostat that went out, or the actual like the air conditioning like itself, like the whole unit?
So the whole unit went out.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah, well, I thought I was, but I was freaking out because it said on the thermostat itself, like there was it tells you like what triggered it, and it said something about the power not being connected somewhere. So I call up the people. I'm
you
like,
just see, like Callie in the garage in a puddle of water. She's just sparking like wires together.
It's safe. It's safe. She's grounded. That's how it works, right? I grounded her.
Yeah.
No. So we called the
That's
people.
That's what you tell the cops when they're putting you. I
fucking grounded her. Did you not science? Never Bill Nye. Nothing. Not ringing a fucking bell. But no, anyways, we called up the company. I'm like, yo, it's saying this. We need a technician to come out here to, fix it because it was getting hot. It was like 90 some degrees. I'm like, well,
and they're like, we can send somebody out between the hours of 8 a.m. and 10 o'clock at night.
No, not even that. They said, sir, we don't send technicians. Like, what do you mean?
Oh, we just instruct you on how to fix it yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Are you serious?
Yeah. So I'm like,
fucking
what?
with you.
Dude, I'm not. So I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, I'm not a fucking electrician. I'm like, there's wires.
Welcome
and
to
shit.
homeowner.
Yeah.
Like fucking shit.
Dude, I got so pissed. We were on the phone with them for like a good hour, and finally I got tired of it. I was like, told Holly, I was like, fucking hang up.
You know
the
what
phone
would have been amazing is if they were like, sir, we're gonna have to refer you to our special unit for tests like this, and then they like, it's just like the ringtone, and it's like bring bring bring, and then you're like, hello, and he's like, hello.
Hello.
And you
Papa?
get like, they send you to like fucking Dubai, and then you got to get some fucking Bangladeshi guy to explain to you how to do this shit, and he pretends his name is Kyle.
Yeah, hello, my name is Kyle. No, it fucking is not. Come on, guy, we're not stupid.
Nothing is working. I did everything you fucking told me to do.
Dude,
my friend.
My friend. Listen, it's okay.
Is your finger in your belly button?
What? It is essential. No, but yeah, anyway, so yeah, he was telling us how to do the wiring and shit like that.
Cool.
And I'm like, I'm not a fucking electrician. I'm like, if I shock myself and I die.
Yeah, right. Are they liable? Like, how does that work?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what the fuck? But I got tired of it. And long story short.
So you got Callie to do it?
Yeah, of course. I grounded her. It was all good.
Yeah, you grounded her.
It wasn't even the
Cement shoes
thermostat.
on her.
It was the fucking, there's a little piece in there that, if it gets too much water in it,
green army guy.
No one even has those toys. I think it's Sean. He came here last time. And
breaking in. Ginger-Shawn's breaking in. Ginger-Shawn, for any of you who aren't regular listeners, is a
ginger twat.
He's a guest that we have on every couple of episodes.
Yeah.
He's on here very rarely, just every couple of episodes.
Unfortunately.
So be on the lookout for that guy.
Or don't, because you're not missing out on anything. I think, do you remember one of the comments someone said on one of our earlier videos that he looked like a cross between Rufus, the gerbil from Kim Possible, and I think Ron Howard.
It's a naked mole rat.
Whatever the fuck it was.
Uncultured bitch.
Hey, whatever it was, he looks exactly like
Ron
that.
Howard.
Yeah,
Ron Howard. Yeah.
Dude, I don't remember who that was.
I don't remember
might have
who
been,
it was, but it was
probably, was it Johnny Rocket maybe?
It's somebody, one of the people who's
OGs.
always been like in our comments and stuff like that. Yeah, that was great.
That was a good one.
That was a really good one, yeah.
But yeah, so homeowners, being a homeowner is a bitch, dude.
But you got it all squared
all,
away?
all squared away. Yeah, I just had to literally drain the water out. And I was like, you couldn't fucking tell me this. He's like, well, we're not liable, so we can't tell you anything.
That's bullshit.
I'm just like, then what the fuck's the point of me calling you?
Well,
I could have just,
the fuck is the point?
Like, we literally just YouTubed it and figured it out that way. I was like, you guys are fucking cunts.
Yeah, that reminds me of something I keep putting off, which is changing the air filter.
Oh, that's an easy one, though.
I know, but I keep forgetting to fucking do it. It's been like a couple months. You're supposed to change it like every month, and I always forget, and then I go like 3 months.
I'm pretty bad at it.
And then the fucking air filter starts leaking water, and then you have to clean up a water mess, and then you have to.
It's a bigger fucking ordeal.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So, God, I gotta fucking remember to do this. Could somebody write in the comments to remind me to change my fucking air filter?
Yeah, so his number is 4. You can contact him via...
Find me on Facebook. You can find me on... Yeah, find me on MySpace. Find me on Grindr.
Yeah, Grindr.
You can Friendster me.
It's Ben Dover. His name is Ben Dover on Grindr. Oh, Bend Over 69.
You know what I would do if I had a time machine? Honestly, one of the things I would do is I would just go back and make sure I obtain all of the best usernames.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Right?
Remember how
because eventually somebody's gonna hit you up and like try and buy it from you. Like it's the same thing with domain names. Like people will buy domain names just to sit on them.
That guy a couple of months ago we talked about that bought all those different versions of the Washington Redskins or Washington something, and he bought like 52 of them or something.
That's fantastic.
That's a fucking entrepreneur.
That's a smart guy, though. To be honest with you, well, are they still the Washington football team right now?
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid, dude. Such a
COVID's taken so much from us. They've also taken all the creative people too.
Not the Jews.
Nobody could think of anything, dude. The Washington Jews.
They just have a big old schnog, a little big old nose. No, so speaking of sports, I had something I wanted to talk to you about. Actually, two things sports related.
Fuck.
I know. So,
my favorite subject.
Exactly. Other than
I've been teaching you a lot about sports these past couple months, so let's see if you can.
Did you know Kobe Bryant died?
Who? Imagine.
What? Is that an Indian dish? No. So the
what about the Washington Kobe Bryants?
That's it right there.
Pay tribute for an
we better buy that
from a different sport.
We'll buy that domain so no one else can.
Let's get that going. What if we'll name this episode the Washington Kobe Bryants.
And then we'll both go to buy it and then not know that we're actually both bidding on it at the same time and keep rising the price.
We're gonna keep going at each other. That's perfect.
Dude, I just bought this for $1 million.
Kobe would really love that competitiveness between us.
Black Mamba.
I think he really gets that.
He does. But no, so the football season has started. And because the whole COVID thing, they're really not. The first few games, there was no fans at all in the stadium, so they were pumping in like fake
noise,
dude.
The fake noise of people yelling and cheering.
It was so annoying. The sporting
events, fantastic. I love.
Dude, I was so annoyed by it.
I love.
And then they kind of been mixing in like they've been allowing a few fans now, like way less than capacity. And they're still doing the fucking audio.
Are they charging them like a lot of money to be there or some shit?
I don't know.
It must be super expensive to fucking be the exclusive person in seats A15 through J72. Right. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know how they do. I don't know how they went about doing that, because I know there's a lot of people that are like season ticket holders that.
Right. You have to think about something like that. What happens to them?
Probably get refunded, but I mean, at that point,
would the NFL or any of these fucking things really refund you your money though? Would they?
Maybe. You would hope so.
I think you'd have to read
the
fine print on that, because like these people try and hold on to their money as best as they possibly fucking can. True. And like they would probably just use the excuse like, oh, the COVID situation, we the blah blah blah. We weren't ready for something like that. Yeah, that's all it says in really bold red letters. China.
In parentheses, Kung Flu.
Speaking of the Kung Flu, our president has it.
So I actually have a
wait. Finish this thing with the sports.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, remind me though. I have a theory about the whole Trump thing. So please,
we'll go on to that next.
No, so it's like I'm excited as a fan to be able to watch the games, but it's just so. It feels ingenuine when you're having these games being played and they're pumping in all these fucking. This noise in there.
Oh, but I thought you meant steroids.
Go on. Yeah, that too. Mm-hmm. No, we like the steroids.
Yeah.
But on the opposite side of it, having like the fans cheering you on and shit like that, it is like a big element to kind of get you pumped up and shit. And I've been noticing like teams.
They should only only play the audio of people booing, and that's it. Just to really fuck with all the athletes. Like that's all they should do. What I have seen that's really great from what you're talking about though is that I've seen, because the volume in the stadiums, the stand, whatever, everything is so low because there's no fans there. Yeah. Is that you can hear a lot of what's going down on the field.
So funny. The mics pick up a lot of the players talking.
I've seen the videos of the players just like fuck, dude, like missing shit, and like they're like son of a bitch, and you don't catch any of that. You see them mouth it, but you don't catch it because you can't hear it. Right?
The fucking audio.
So it's super fucking loud at these places. So it's fantastic that you get this like little glimpse into like what these really sports must have been like 100 years ago, when the crowds were way fewer, when there was a lot more personal, and you could like definitely hear them shit talking to each other. Like, oh, for sure. When I saw that, it made me think of the movie 42, where they had Chadwick Boseman played R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman played Jackie Robinson. And like there's a scene where the guy is just like,
run, Forrest.
He's like, wrong movie. He just starts like doing a little thing to him, and he's like, I'm not gonna say the word that he said to him, but he said that word, and he was just like, da 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 da. He was doing it with like a little rhyme thing going on, like he was like scatting or something. He's like, hey,
busting a freestyle.
Da, 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 da. So like he just keeps going at him to like really get him to lose his shit. And I just thought like, man, I bet everyone could fucking hear that. I bet you everyone heard him doing that.
That's so fucked up. Like, yeah,
everyone in the stands, both teams could hear him doing it and see him doing it. So I just think like, imagine we like we're kind of pulling back to like a time like that where we can hear everything that's going on down there, and
It's
I
amazing.
think it's great.
Oh, it is.
I actually like it.
No, because it's genuine.
Liven these sports up again.
Fuck yeah, dude. Everyone needs to take steroids.
Oh yeah,
all of them across the board. I'm talking
it's just
minors,
not interesting.
Majors, little league, pee-wee league, all of it.
Let's forget about athletes. If you work in a sports
center
office,
if you sell sporting goods,
if you're a panhandler, we should be let's bring back bum fights, but like pump them full of steroids.
Oh, bum fights XL. That's what we're doing. Yep.
We'll get Kanye
from needles to needles,
like he did for the Pornhub Awards. We'll have him do that. It's like Kanye, we're a real Christian operation. We've really turned this around. We've given these guys a real opportunity to really get themselves out there. Yep. A lot of them don't qualify to be in the UFC. Some of them are sex offenders. Some of them are actual murderers. Some of them will murder and offend sexually tonight
in that order
in the ring with each other.
Yep.
And we're just like, but all under the name of Christ,
Jesus, Allah,
and we let him know. And we'll have Kanye come in there, and we'll have Nick Cannon do the announcing.
I was actually thinking, what if we had Nick Cannon be the ring girl, like holding up the signs in a bikini,
and we have Mariah do the announcing just to like really hold it over him.
Yeah, but I don't want to see her.
Yeah, we'll have her in the back doing
like
it.
up like in
she'll be in the kitchen. We'll have her announcing. She's watching from like an iPhone too, so it's like really fucking hard to see.
Like literally an iPhone 2, like the second generation.
Okay, so was there anything left you had to say about the sports situation?
No, I just wanted like this. I know, like I said, you don't really watch football or anything like that, but you could give an opinion on.
I honestly, with the whole COVID situation when it comes to the sports stuff, the thing that's been really cool are the UFC fights. Yeah, I think that they're better with no crowds, because a lot of the times the crowds are so fucking annoying. Yeah. You know what the thing is? Like, some fights are fucking boring. You know? Like, not every fight is a fucking A1 performance. Right. But fuck you. You're not the person standing in there. And I get so annoyed when I hear all these crowds just start booing because it's been like a fight's been going and we're in like round 4 and not that much has happened. I'm like, dude, it's tiring. It's so fucking tiring. Anyone who's been in a fight before understands, man,
that's ridiculous.
Eventually your arms get fucking tired of just holding your own arms up. It's so fucking difficult. It feels
like you had like sandbags in your fucking fist.
So it's ridiculous. Try doing that while getting fucking kicked in the head.
Or trying to avoid getting kicked in the goddamn head.
Or if you're trying to bob and weave and someone knees you in the fucking jaw. Like, Jesus Christ.
It's Bob Weeb stab.
Honestly, I think the UFC is benefiting from it. I think it's way more brutal to hear these fucking
the actual hit,
like when you're hearing it. Oh God.
And I think it's kind of cool too. Like you can hear their corner guys talking, like telling them, "Hey, put your arms up."
That shit is really fucking dope. I think we should just from now on just say like UFC. Just have the cornermen, the coaches, the announcers. And that's it, and obviously the ref, right? And then nothing else. Have everything.
They won't do that though, because they're going to be losing out on money.
because they make money off of it. The ticket sales are fucking.
But
ridiculous.
I mean, if you really compare it though, I mean, I don't know the numbers honestly, but I would feel like they would get more money overall through pay-per-view because compared to the actual seats.
I guess it's different though because they can charge based on where they seat you.
True.
So where it's like a set rate for really great seats, you're definitely paying like hundreds upon hundreds of dollars. Right. That's why you see like all the famous people sitting in the fucking front because they pay for that. And there's also like a level of separation between them and all the fucking disgusting poor people.
Yeah, all the poor people, middle class. Scum.
Us. Me and Benexi recently, we tried to figure out whether or not we're
poor.
We were trying to figure out where exactly we fall in line with like the hierarchy of our country.
Well, you're both brown,
and so we actually
not a good thing.
We looked it up. Like we looked up what constitutes like middle class, lower class, upper class, blah blah blah. Right. And we're definitely lower class.
I could have told you that, not even based on income. Though.
Like I know, I said the same thing. We're just not there yet.
Not quite.
But we're like right at the cusp of like the bottom of lower of like middle class, like the bottom
tier,
like
of middle
lower
class.
Middle class. That's where we're at the cusp of. We're like right about there.
Hey, aim high, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get there.
Eventually.
We'll get there.
10 years from now.
Yeah.
2 kids later.
Yeah, right. Well, that's going to be the money we get from their Social Security. That's going to be that's what's going to set
Well,
us
what you
up
got to do is take out a bunch of credit cards in their name and just fucking max those bitches out. They have been like 18 years to figure out how to pay for it.
So what's your theory on this Trump situation with the COVID
yeah.
stuff?
So I actually have two theories. The first one is I've been going down these rabbit holes. And this was like another one I went down was the whole Trump thing. And honestly, I don't think he has it. I think it was just said that he has it so some people would start talking about his taxes.
Oh, man.
But then I dug deeper and I figured out he actually did catch it. And I know who
from
did
his
it.
taxes.
No.
Like,
Ping pong did it, dude.
yeah.
Fucking ping pong.
We did it, guys.
America number one.
We have successfully assassinated. Imagine.
Yeah, don't say that. We'll have fucking SWAT coming in. You're like, what the fuck? We didn't even think anyone listened to this.
The CIA, those are all of our listeners. Yeah. Alec Baldwin, Johnny Rocket, all the people that comment on our YouTube. All of a sudden
you hear like, shut the fuck up. Shh. Like, what was that?
Yeah.
Shut your fucking
like,
mouth.
as they're putting us in cuffs and shit, he's just like, you guys make really good shit.
Just let you know, we no one else ever saw this.
I can't wait to see the comments from Johnny Rocket and Alec Baldwin. Like, they're onto us. Like, they start interacting with each other. Like, dude, they know.
How did they figure it out? Who's their source? Who's their leak?
Ping pong. It's Mariah Carey. We see her in the back of the Jeep with the iPhone. She's like running the whole operation.
Dude, ping pong can never be a good hacker.
Okay, we have to talk about his tax situation because this is fucking crazy.
Dude,
this is insane.
It's bad.
All right, I sent this to our group chat because the three of us that
Hitler
do this whole podcast and stuff like that. It's me, you, and Ginger-Shawn,
that redheaded one,
and one of us supports this guy.
Nose goes. You know the funny thing is though, he'll never know what we're even talking about.
Yeah, he has no idea. But anyways, one of us does. And we give him shit all the time about it in a joking way because he's our friend, you know what I mean? And like we would never be friends with somebody based on who the fuck they vote for or anything like that.
Wait, you don't do that?
Yeah, well,
I specifically do that.
Well,
he fell under the radar though.
I'm writing in Jenny McCarthy as my vote in for.
Good call.
I just think like what she thinks about vaccines and like kids. Like,
what she thinks about just anything, honestly, is just.
I completely believe her, but at the same time, I want to vaccinate the kids and give them autism.
Conundrum.
Yeah, I know, right? What are we to do?
The world
she
must
definitely
go on.
Supports what I think, but I don't think she's entirely there yet. We'll get her there. Maybe we'll vaccinate her, get her autistic, and then we'll have her on our side.
What was that one bitch from Alaska?
Oh, you're Sarah Palin?
Yeah.
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin, eh? Was she Canadian, eh? She sounded like it.
No.
Just because she lived up in Alaska?
Just Alaskan people are fucking weirdos, I guess.
They are weird. Aren't they emus?
Like the animal?
Yeah. No, not emus. I mean, what's the fucking word I'm looking for?
This is Raekwon's all over again.
I pulled another Raekwon.
This is Sean and his pencil shaving shit all over again. Can I get a fan art of Sarah Palin
as an emu
anamorphing into a fucking emu? Do you mean Eskimo?
Not Eskimo,
which is not even the correct what's
the political term for it now?
Like I guess like Inuit.
Inuit, that's what I was thinking. I don't know why
You're
I said
supposed to say Inuit, yeah.
I'm not into it. I like Eskimo.
No.
But yeah,
no,
I don't know why I went.
She's just a random white lady. That's it.
Yeah, it could be. But didn't her kid get autism from a vaccine? Is that what happened?
I mean, I think, what is it? I don't know if it's her kid or is it her grandkid. I don't remember. But yeah, someone in her family has like autism or Down syndrome or something like that.
From the vaccine, though?
Let's clarify, though. No, vaccines do not cause fucking autism.
What? That's not what I said.
Despite Julian's IQ, I promise you guys, he's I don't want to say he's not autistic.
Oh, I'd like to draw. Oh, dude, people are gonna get so pissed off at this episode.
He's at the same artistic level as his daughter. So that tells you
dope. She's a great artist.
He's leaps and bounds where he was when I first met him.
It's true. I really a lot of coloring books have saved my life.
Yeah.
I don't color in the lines for my reasons, and it's my reasons only. And
when I found him, crayons were only a source of nutrition for him.
Not a good source, though, apparently. Dude, every time I pooped, remember those toys, the Play-Doh toys where you put it in there?
And they came out the same way too. They would just start bending and curving as they come out.
The plumber came to my house and was like, "What the fuck? Stop throwing crayons down here." I'm like, "I'm not. I'm shitting."
And your Play-Doh always catches like hair in it and shit too. So you're just like, man.
And then it's not Play-Doh, it's shit.
Oh my god. Oh god.
It's
They should really invent a pill to make your shit come out like Play-Doh. That would be great.
I remember
I think Metamucil does that. Like really compacts it.
I remember when I was in high school, I worked at Dairy Queen, and the first day that I worked there, I got really stoned, and I took a shit, and I had been doing the ice cream machine the whole time.
And you dipped it in and you were like, "Look, guys, it does the thing."
No, but I was so
you
high
dip it in the chocolate,
on the fucking toilet, and for some reason I was imagining my shit like ice cream coming out. I looked like thinking there'd be ice cream. There wasn't.
Oh god. All right, but anyways, Trump's taxes. All right, this fucking guy. I don't think there've been any like charges or anything like that.
There won't be until
yeah,
after his presidency.
So at the it's horrible. It's literally, I don't even want to get into it because I didn't write anything down, and I don't want to say anything without being
accurate or have
factual. Because it's super important, like the whole thing. But what I will tell you is, go look up the articles, go look up the actual taxes themselves. You can find it. I've read 2 different articles. I've looked through the actual like stuff that they found.
Right.
And I also wound up watching like a 30-minute video to make sure that I understood fully what I was looking at, because I didn't want to be like, oh, is this money laundering? Is this embezzlement? Is this tax fraud? Like, I wanted to make sure as I was looking at it
that you knew what you're talking
about. And it's fucking horrible.
Dude, it really is. I definitely recommend looking into that shit.
Demon. He's literally a threat to our national security. He owes like $400 million to foreign countries.
Yeah.
I think it's like a bunch of them being dictatorships and stuff like that.
That's always nice.
That's what you want from the leader of your country, to be owing favors to other fucking countries.
I call this shit before he even he was elected. I said he's not a politician. He's a businessman.
Yeah,
he's a
bad businessman. The taxes literally showed none of his fucking businesses are profitable.
Well, he's a con artist.
He earns no money from his businesses.
No, I know, but he still writes things off.
Well, he inflates the cost of business expense so that he can get more money from. So basically, what happens is, once a business is just like, he can't turn it around or anything like that, he'll file for bankruptcy, and then he'll eventually like get rid of it, sell it, blah blah blah. Then he'll use the money from that to funnel into a different business, start the process all over again. The business immediately is making no money the whole time he's doing it, but the cost of expenses goes up, even though they're not funneling any of that money into gaining revenue. They're using it
sus to me
for like makeup and plane rides to different countries, and like fancy retreats, and having spa days and maids and shit. All this crazy bullshit. This guy is fucking crazy, and his kids are involved in it too.
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't they?
Fucking kids. Those little creeps.
I saw one of the articles. I think it was like $750,000
to his daughter.
Yeah, to his daughter.
To his daughter. Yeah,
she was one thing.
She was the lead. She was the head of a project. They were starting like I think either in Hawaii. I think it was one project that they were developing something in Hawaii and also in Canada, and she was the lead for
vacation
the
homes,
something. And they hired like a private consulting firm, and they paid them like $700,000,
Jesus Christ,
roughly. And as it turns out, that private consulting firm just so happened to just be his fucking daughter.
Wow.
Which she was a paid employee under his company, already getting paid as the lead of this project, and was then
he did the same thing as a president. He hired all this fucking family to be
right. And there's absolutely nothing wrong or illegal with that. But it goes to show you, now that you look at these taxes, you understand.
There's more to the story.
This guy is just fucking funneling money. Like this is ridiculous. This man is legit, regardless of whatever you think about him. I am someone that like one of my best friends in the absolute world is a supporter of this asshole. And I'll tell him all the time, like, hey, I don't support this guy. But at the same time, whenever anybody like wrongfully goes after him or tries to use false information to claim something about him, I'm the first person to step up and say, you're absolutely wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're full of shit. Like, what are you even saying? I'm the first person to do that.
Right.
But I am also going to call it how it is so fucking hard. And this person 100% is a threat to our fucking national security.
I completely agree with you.
And if you came here but you didn't want to hear about politics, too fucking bad. It's what's going on right now, and this is horrible. There is absolutely no excuse for voting for this guy a second time, because now we know how dangerous it is to have him in this level of power. Right. He's literally
the thing that drives me
threat.
even more fucking crazy is the people that are still supporting him be like, well, he's smart. He just got over the government. He's smart. This and that. It's like, no, he's fucking, like, do you not understand the complex, you know?
Yeah, you really have to look at the taxes.
It's fucking ridiculous.
There's a difference between like
$750 he paid. I paid more in fucking taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I make literally 1,000,000% less than his,
probably more.
I'll say, yeah, probably.
Well, maybe not that much, because apparently his business
doesn't make
his
anything.
business sense is absolutely. I think he might have been vaccinated a couple times. That's what it seems like as in terms of business sense. So
he does not have donkey brains.
This fucking guy. I honestly listen. You voted for him the first time. I honestly don't care. We can be friends. Like I said, one of my absolute best friends in the world.
In the octagon though, first, and then we become friends.
One of my absolute best friends in the world will probably be one of my best friends for the rest of my life. That's how much this guy
ping pong
is my friend. Yeah,
yeah, of course.
See,
I was so surprised that he voted Trump though.
I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
He does
his taxes.
That's starting to make more sense.
That's why all the things are fucked up, because of
he's only got one finger. His taxes are actually perfect. He keeps
writing the same number over and over and over again.
Fucking it up on the keyboard. I saw it, Trump. I don't do my best.
If we're gonna imitate him, let me do the imitation. I do the best imitation.
Apparently, I'm. What was the comment of me being ping pong?
It's your alter ego. Yeah.
Oh, my smoke.
I said to them, I was just like, no, I think it's more like a DBZ fusion dance situation. Right. Like, I do the eyes and Julian provides the MSG and virus. Like, honestly, whatever you think or however you feel or anything like that, I just think, as much as we make fun of Joe Biden on this podcast for having his fucking pudding brains,
yeah, they're bad.
I have more faith in that side, at the very least, not being a threat to us.
Yeah, that's not a national threat. You know?
Like at the very least, like if he is unable to fulfill his duties as president, you can know that someone will step in, and they're not going to be a threat to anything. You know,
and I feel like because I mean, realistically,
I can't trust this fucking guy.
No, I mean, I don't.
I could defend you so hard the first time for voting for him. I really could.
Right.
And I could totally see where you're coming from. Although I might not agree, I could definitely see. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. And voting for him doesn't make you this kind of person or that kind of person, because one of my best friends is not what people try to portray them out to be like.
Supporter.
He's very different from a lot of them. You know, some people voted for one specific reason, one thing he said, and they were like, I like that more than any of the other stuff the other guy said. And that was my one thing. He's very much in that camp where some of the few things he said, he agreed with, not everything else. And he just didn't agree with anything else, you know? So all I'm going to say is I can't defend somebody voting for him a second time now, knowing what we know now. That's fucking dangerous.
And the thing is, too, it's not like it's a conspiracy theory. It's not like it's this wacky thing. It's factual. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's a real thing. And if people, like I was saying earlier, if people can't move past the fact that they, like anyone else, okay, if it was reverse and Biden had been found doing all this shit, do you know, like it would be fucking ridiculous. All the Trump supporters would be like, this motherfucker needs to be in jail, this and that. But it's not, you know, because it's their supporters. So like, oh no, he just was smart. He outdid the government. This and that. It's like, no, he's a fucking criminal. Do you want this guy to be running our fucking nation. No.
Personally,
I mean, I understand pretty much every politician. They're grimy.
Can we just go back
fucking...
to when he was like this mythological creature, just like
You're fired.
that would show up in every like what's it called, like rap lyric every like 5 or 6 songs or
what was
something
that,
like that?
The Mac Miller Donald Trump?
Yeah. I mean,
that was actually the first Mac Miller. So
many people's like fucking like he was like as prevalent in...
Little did they know, though, that he was fucking
hip-hop.
broke.
He was as prevalent in hip, which is like most rappers.
So I guess technically it did make sense.
Yeah, right? They idolize the person who's also broke.
Hey.
No, but basically, like, I feel like he was as prevalent in rap bars as fucking Halle Berry was, like, during that time. During the early 2000s and, like, late 90s, every fucking rapper had a bar about them wanting to fuck Halle Berry. Every one of them.
But I mean,
she was like that high echelon fucking chick that they were always talking about.
Do you remember her in Swordfish?
Oh, yeah.
Or
that
even
movie sucked.
That movie was terrible. You put that bitch on mute. No one watches Swordfish to watch Swordfish.
I remember in that fucking James Bond movie that was also really bad.
That's another mute. I think horrible. A lot of her
Remember
movies...
in Catwoman? That might be one of the worst movies ever made.
Dude, I think just about every movie she's in, I muted her. I don't know what she sounds like.
I think she might be one of the worst, like having like one of the most famous people with one of the worst careers. Do you remember
ever? In the first X-Men? She had like some. Oh my God. She tried to do an African accent.
That's like a whole tie together. That's like our Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
in the first one, she tried to do an accent. The second one,
it was because it was so terrible, she just like stopped.
She stopped doing it. And
I was just like, wait,
nobody even said anything. Yeah,
what the fuck?
She totally gave up on the accent. That
good
was
call,
great.
Though. It was a good call. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
You probably could have done a better impression.
I'm Dick Upton now.
Sign him up.
Somebody dub over that scene, whatever scene in X-Men, the first one, just the first one, and just replace it with people doing like accents from different movies and shit.
Perfect. So there was another thing I did want to talk about.
All right.
And it's starting to piss me off.
Oh.
Yes.
Your daughter.
Yes.
The unborn one.
The unborn. It's not even born yet. It's pissing me off. No. So I like to watch when we're done putting our videos out on YouTube. I like to watch them. No, that's you, bro. I caught you. Don't even try to throw this on me. Hey, guy. Don't you do that.
I'm clearing my history.
Don't do it. The government's got it. But no, I like to watch our video with the captions on it because they always fuck it up and it's just funny sometimes.
It's funny, yeah.
But recently, YouTube has censored it. So anytime,
have you heard about that?
Yeah. So anytime there's a curse word or any word that they find offensive, like retard, that's fucking censored.
Nice.
Cock, censored.
This is just gonna be fun because penis, it's not gonna show up in the captions
vagina,
at all.
Shit.
Yeah, keep going.
Cunt, balls. I don't know about balls actually because I don't think balls is one of them.
Wait, but you're sure about cunt?
Cunt? Maybe.
Yeah, cunt.
I don't know about cunt. Wait, what if I'm saying I can't? What if I had like an accent? I can't hear you.
Well, that's one of the issues that's going on with YouTube right now. Is that,
people with
people are having like really thick accents. Will say something, and then their videos will get like demonetized or something like that.
Can you imagine it's just this old lady cooking?
Like this one dude, he said something with a thick ass accent. I think he was like Irish or something, and it sounded like the N-word. And it entirely wasn't that, and they they almost like deleted his whole channel over.
Damn, dude.
It was like pretty recent too. So yeah, there's like a big censorship issue going on YouTube.
Dude. I'm so irritated about it because for one, what if deaf people are like I'm like not making a joke, like they're like being serious at this point.
There's a petition going around from like the deaf community that they're trying to save the captions because they basically are deciding, YouTube is deciding to get rid of like automated captions, which you can just turn on at any time in any video for, either hearing impaired people or just
if you like fucking captions.
If you like captions, which I do.
I prefer
anything I watch, I like to watch with captions.
I do as well. That's usually because I'm fucking eating food and can't hear myself.
Porn.
Actually, I turned my porn all the way.
Captions. What if they like they just censored all the like normal words, like they were changing them to different stuff, and it just made absolutely no sense.
That'd be better. Well, the thing that irritates me is when they do, censor the word. You don't know what the word is, so like sometimes you could through context clues you could tell what it is, but sometimes you can't. So you miss a whole segment, and if all you're doing is if you can't hear what we're saying and you're just reading it. It just ruins the whole thing in a sense. I'm sure, obviously the hearing part is a whole other aspect of it. But if you have no option and all you're doing is just visually watching it and then reading it, and then half the fucking sentence gets taken out because YouTube wants to be cocksuckers and censor us. Fuck them. Thought this is America.
Hey, man.
I thought this was America.
YouTube is just gonna do what they're gonna do, and it's gonna keep going until eventually it's fucking network television, because that's what they're aiming for. Mm-hmm. They're aiming to be that. They promote all of the late night shows and all that shit, like Jimmy Fallon, Carpool Karaoke, the
some stupid
James
ass shit.
Gordon. The only one I like, fucking Conan O'Brien. But then there's it's just all that other shit and. That's what they want to do. That's what they want to be. They want to do all that
because
bullshit.
their major markets are honestly, like you said, those late night talk show type things, and then kid stuff like.
The kid stuff is by far
the biggest,
far and
thing.
away the biggest. Mm-hmm. If you're running like a kid channel on YouTube, you are a
not that kind of kid channel. There, Ginger, chill out.
Yeah, right.
Wrong one.
Yeah,
but yeah, no. So I'm getting really irritated
at
it.
Your searcher.
No. It's because it's going to get to a point where we need to have another company that can compete with YouTube.
Well, that's what I'm hoping with the Spotify situation. Oh my God, we're doing so good at leading things into other things this episode.
We didn't even rehearse
because
any of that.
I know exactly where we're going to go with this now.
Exactly. So
because we talked about right before we started recording, we're like, hey, we should probably talk about this thing, and then we're like, yeah, we'll definitely figure out a way to get to that. Well, here we are.
Here we are, baby.
But yeah, that's what I was hoping with the Spotify situation when the deal came through with the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. So I was really hoping that this was going to be a step in the direction of Spotify becoming a major competitor because they're now implementing a video aspect on their platform, which is fucking huge because it all starts with podcasts, right? Music videos will come, podcasts are here, but eventually other forms of content, right?
Oh, easily.
Whenever things start to be a success, they start to think, okay,
how do we expand on this?
How do we expand on this? Exactly. So obviously the thing that would come eventually is going to be videos, just shorter format, longer format, whatever you want to fucking do. You know what I mean?
Right. And I feel like Spotify is one of the only companies that has,
because it's already established.
Exactly. And that's the biggest problem is any other company that's coming in to compete with them.
They're fucked.
Yeah. Right out the get, because for 10 plus years, it's been YouTube. That's the only way to get videos.
It's the only way that you could compete
World
with
Star
them is being already an established thing.
Well, then half of those things that have tried ended up becoming a channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's basically monopolized at this point.
Every time it happens, even when you get whenever there's a bunch of disgruntled YouTubers and they decide to start their own thing, it lasts a couple months and then it's gone. They'll get a couple of people to go over, check it out, but then they realize it's nowhere. Plus, you also have to you have to understand that the first many years of YouTube, nobody was getting paid. There was no ad revenue. There was no partnership program. There was none of that was in place.
Right.
You need an established company to already be making millions, billions of dollars.
And that's where Spotify should have came in.
Exactly. Well, here's the problem with the whole Spotify situation. So the whole Joe Rogan controversy, we've decided not to speak about this, much like we did with the whole Chris
because he called us up and he's just like, "Hey guys, we know your podcast is really, really popular.
He reached out,
big fan base."
I picked up the phone. I was like, "Who the fuck? Who?
Joe Rogan?"
And he was like,
"It's Rogan."
And he kept going, and I go, "Oh, it's little Joey." And I called I was like, "Julian, it's little Joey." And
the guy from Zoolander? Not Zoolander, Zookeeper.
Zoolander. Can we get a recut of Zoolander with Joe Rogan? He plays Mugatu though. Yeah. He plays Mugatu. Or no. He plays his black assistant.
That's what it was.
No, but
Michelle.
So basically, Joe hit us up. He said, "Hey guys, hold off on talking about this. I want to say something first." So honestly, it's been a couple of weeks actually since the whole controversy happened. Because what happened was, Spotify entered into a deal with Joe Rogan, a multi-million-dollar deal, undisclosed amount that many people have speculated upon, but nobody's correct. It's whatever amount you're finding on the internet.
It's probably more.
It is 100. He said it's more. Nobody's close. So he's literally in the bag. He's fucking
He's got that
fine.
fuck you money.
He's no problem.
He's got that fuck
He can tell
you
anyone
money.
to fuck off, right? Mm-hmm. So the issue being that what was it? I guess it's a distribution deal that they're involved in. So they're not creatively taking over anything. They don't own the podcast. They're not involved in it creatively. They get no say in how it's made or done or anything like that. They're just the ones who were taking care of all the distribution now. So that's fine. Good for him. Fucking like
get your fucking nut.
Bro, do whatever you want. You can go to a skyscraper and jerk off on us from wherever now. So basically,
do you think that would kill someone? Have you jerked off from like the skyscraper and it fell down?
One time I took a tour.
One time you jerked off on a skyscraper, and it was 9/11 2001.
I took a tour in a helicopter when I was a kid. You know those helicopter tours that they do in Orlando and 192.
And this looks so sketch, dude.
I dropped a quarter out the window, and I wanted to know if it would. I was like 8, and I was like, I watched the news that night because I wanted to know if I killed somebody. Yeah.
How did they not see you fucking drop a quarter?
Dude, they sat me right next to the window, and I pulled it out of my pocket, and I was like, oh, I pulled my hands up, and I've got it like right here.
You probably thought you were all sly about it, but you weren't.
Cool.
I bet you it's like everyone does that shit, and they're just like, fuck off, dude.
So I actually watched on Mythbusters because I used to be super into Mythbusters. I just remembered,
you can't kill
them. And they tested it, and it actually
with
at a
semen?
Certain point. Yeah. Well, that was the second test.
Oh, okay.
First they started.
They needed an outlier.
They started by dropping actual bodies on people. No, but they built like this whole thing that tested out exactly how a quarter would fall. It's so funny because you're just like they tested how a quarter of what they couldn't just
drop a fucking quarter.
No, but basically they did it, and they tested it out, and if it hit you in the head, it fucking hurt, but you'd be fine. It at the very most, it might like crack your skull a little bit.
What about a 50-cent piece?
What about like somebody's like gold teeth?
Oh, speaking of
like diamond encrusted. Wait, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh, the Spotify.
Speaking of gold teeth.
Oh fuck.
Oh! The mic picked that up. It vibrated my fucking teeth. Oh. That wasn't fun. I feel like I got tased in the head.
Julian's not into those kinds of cavity searches.
Only in the butt.
So anyways, the joke. Spotify deal
basically
was they entered into the deal to solely handle the distribution and like the podcast for Joe Rogan's podcast. And it would slowly start to roll out that would be the only place you could find it. You know, you would find the clips still on YouTube, but eventually the podcast was just going to entirely move over.
I hope it doesn't.
And
happen.
it did. And I think they're still doing videos, but I think now they've rolled over the whole catalog. They're still doing videos on YouTube, but at a certain cutoff point, I think it's next month or something like that.
No, really going to stop completely.
No videos on YouTube except
I didn't hear about that.
Something like that.
And the thing is, I mean, I won't, don't mean to cut you off, but the one good thing that I do like about the whole Spotify thing is it does come out earlier than YouTube, but that's obviously just because he has a distribution deal with them. So, I mean, even that, I mean, it's like, fuck.
And at that point, I feel like it's probably less work for them. Like Jamie could just do like a light mix on everything. They can probably throw the video and the audio together a lot easier and then just send it off to, a team if they want to. If that's I don't know exactly how they do it. Maybe they're still doing everything exactly the same. Who knows? We don't.
From what I understand, I mean, I haven't had the specifics, but from what I understand, they are doing everything the same.
But basically, the controversy that arose was that a lot of episodes were left out from the catalog that had been moved over to Spotify, and people noticed it.
Yeah.
And here was the thing. So a lot of them being controversial people that he's had on the podcast, a lot of right-leaning people, and a lot of people who say opinions that might frustrate certain groups or people like who represent those groups or anything like that. But then some of the episodes were also just regular fucking like
I didn't see the full list of it. I did obviously see like the big names like the Alex Jones,
so Joe
stuff like that.
Joe hadn't addressed it. He didn't say anything.
Not for.
And I was pretty sure he was never going to say anything because a lot of the times when he's involved in stupid shit, like the stupider it is, the more vaccinated it is, the less likely he is to talk about it.
Right.
You know, because he's just like, he doesn't feel like, I understand it because like, I totally get like, it's so dumb. Why even bother talking about it? I 100% get it. But at the same time, I was like, it's kind of like...
a little sus.
It's a little suspect, so maybe you should address it at the very least. So I thought maybe he'll say something, but who knows? We'll let it play out. Because if you're not saying one thing one way or the other, all these fucking people were jumping to
and that's what I'm saying. Like, typically,
conclusion.
I would agree with you. Like you're saying, don't say nothing about it. But when it's something like this big, you need to almost say something just so, like... Because there was so much crazy shit that was being said. You need to, like, if that's not the actual case, then make your fucking case.
So many people have jumped to this conclusion. And still, even after he's now addressed it, it's been several weeks now. It's probably been like a month or two since, like, I think the full rollover, right? Because there's still episodes missing. People were speculating Spotify is, like, they're censoring the Joe Rogan show. They're not letting him talk about this stuff. They're not going to let those episodes out. And he didn't say anything. Actually, a friend of his, Alex Jones, had fucking come out. And anyone who knows who Alex Jones is knows he's a
baseball player, right?
He's fairly controversial.
Not a baseball player?
Well, he's a lover of exotic pornography. That's what we know for sure. We can say that without a shadow of a doubt.
Yep. Vampire goblins.
I remember when you showed me that. That was fantastic. They're turning the frickin' frogs gay.
Don't want gay frogs.
And then he was just, what was it like? He said like Obama's possessed by a demon.
Yeah, it's like this smells like sulfur.
He
Hillary
smells like sulfur.
And Obama are possessed by demons, and they smell like sulfur. And he's fucking. I was like, whoa, dude.
I love how that guy is the one going around telling other people who's possessed by demon. If anyone is possessed by a fucking demon,
I mean, that would be something a demon would probably say. Be like, yo, they're possessed, not me. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
I will say he's definitely possessed by like a demon that's like got like a real sweet bod. Like,
oh, he does.
Sweet bod.
When you think of man,
he's shaped like Humpty Dumpty. He's just so round, man. He looks like Pac-Man. Like he's just so
a very hairy
fucking
Pac-Man.
Round. He's like, I think in another life he was like he must have been the best fucking lumberjack in another life. Like just this super down to earth, but fucking he tells the wildest stories. He made all the guys laugh.
What he did was he was quiet until they after work and they all went out to the local beer.
And he beat his wife.
yeah. You fucking bitch.
He was like, man, he's the coolest guy. And then he would go home and just fucking hack his family to death.
He had like, 3 different wives and they all died.
Yeah, from fucking axe wounds. So weird.
Yeah, no one found that suspicious.
And nobody found their heads, and he's just got like a mantle. No, but anyways, Alex Jones came out in defense of Joe Rogan. Oh. Yeah, right.
Jesus.
For his pornography, yeah. So he came out and defended him, and they're close friends. And he said that they're doing, you know, like a special thing with the Spotify stuff. They're keeping Joe's most favorite episodes on YouTube as like a top favorite or whatever, some bullshit like that. Joe didn't say any of this. This was Alex. I don't know where he got this information, if it was from Joe or not. He didn't say it was from fucking Joe or anything.
He just said it.
He just said it.
And see, that's the thing with him. He does say a lot of shit. Things. So you got to take it with a grain of salt.
And I just couldn't imagine like where the fuck that even came from. Like,
so my logical thinking of it was, okay, how many fucking episodes does Rogan have? Almost 1,600.
Right. I totally was willing to just give him that time to like.
Right. I'll say
it's
how
gonna
many
take a
fucking
while
files
to move the catalog over.
Multiple episodes are 5+ hours. That's a lot
some
of
data's
fucking
gonna
data.
be corrupted.
Exactly.
Some stuff is gonna be fucked over.
I mean, I like I said, I think if that was the case, though, he should have just been like, "Hey guys, shit, you know, we got a lot of shit that we got to move." You know, but then again, I mean, he doesn't have to fucking address nothing.
Right, exactly. You don't have to. There's no obligation. And to be honest with you, like I said, I feel like the stupider it is, the less obligated he feels. Because sometimes I feel like that too when it comes to shit.
Oh, plus he's got
like when you're in a fight with your girl, you're just like, why do I even have to say this? This is dumb.
And then you just
should just fucking get it. Yeah. And then I fucking kick her.
People's elbow.
Right in her baby maker.
Oh, right in the coochie. Coochie. Yeah,
That's where babies are made?
In the butt?
There you go.
There you go. Little shit babies.
That's where Alex Jones makes his babies.
Yeah, buddy. Little troll babies.
So basically, Joe finally, because everybody was jumping on the bandwagon of Joe's censored now. He's like bending the knee to Spotify, and now the Spotify employees are trying to revolt against Spotify because they don't believe in a lot of the things that Joe talks about. I think a lot of it had to do with some of his stuff talking about trans people. They were calling him transphobic, and I always find that really ridiculous that you can't be critical of something and still support it. I think that's the most ridiculous thing. I'm super critical of so many things that I support. That doesn't mean I support everything in that fucking movement or belief or anything like that. Well, and then it means I care enough to voice my opinion when I think that it's moving in the wrong direction. And I think it's so stupid when you come to somebody, even when what's it called, or to say like you can't make a joke because people were coming at him for his
and that's what I was about to
Caitlyn
touch
Jenner
on
stuff. And I think that's where the Spotify
fucking
stuff
comedian, dude. Okay, his job is to make people laugh, overall, and it's not going to necessarily mean you're going to laugh at it. It may not be your type of sense of humor.
Even if you don't find it funny,
but that doesn't mean
job. It's not a joke.
Exactly. And I've never watched any of his episodes and seen anything where he has actual ill intent. Or,
except when he tells someone like, no, fuck that guy.
I mean, but he doesn't beat around the bush about it.
Totally. If you can't tell the difference
then
between,
you're a fucking idiot.
We had that conversation many episodes back when we got a criticism from somebody, and like we totally understood the criticism,
right?
Because
you're wrong.
We did an episode. I think it was during our Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard parts 1 and part 2.
Right.
At the beginning of the first episode, I talk about how I hate fucking bike riders because they make my life a living fucking hell. They're such assholes. They take up the whole road. They need everyone to know how they're fucking in great shape, and they need to get in your way. And if there's construction going on,
fucking Lance Armstrong bike suits on.
Oh, I thought you meant one testicle.
Oh yeah, I mean when I'm done with them, they will only have one testicle. I got a
when
collection
it gets caught in the fucking like spokes. That's why they wear those super tight compression shorts. They're trying to keep that.
All it takes is one guy.
They've all lost one so far.
In honor of Lance.
That's the ritual, the ceremony.
And then they pour the blood over Lance. It falls on his bald head.
It's like the Assassin's Creed thing, how they all have to use the blade and cut off their finger.
Oh God!
I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't see that.
That's a part of this. Well, it used to be, but yeah. So basically,
maybe ping pong's like the highest level of assassin.
Somebody gave us a criticism that they were like, I get that you guys are joking about like killing the bike riders and stuff like that, because I was literally fucking pissed off. I had just on my way to do that episode, I got into a fight with the fucking guy on a bicycle because I started yelling at him. Not a fist fight, but I just fucking screamed at him because I was pissed. And I was just like, fuck bike riders, blah, 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 and I was just like, kill them, eradicate them, burn them from the earth. Like, and the guy was just like, you guys talk about in the episode like how violence is bad, but then you're talking about killing them. And I was like, listen, man, if you don't get the difference between that being a joke and then actually speaking about like committing violent acts,
too, we even made it a point like, hey, this is a more serious topic. Obviously, I mean, if you can't tell the difference between a fucking
it's not
joke,
the podcast for you.
It's not.
So like when people
go
to something like a comedy show and they're just like, if you're really not able to look at something and say this is a joke, then I think you need to reevaluate yourself. Maybe that's not the right place for you to be making critical claims about somebody else's work. If you don't have the capability of looking at something and figuring out whether or not someone had actual ill intent or they were trying to make a kind of nuanced point and using comedy to sort of cushion the blow.
Right.
I mean, and that really is what it is. So Joe finally reached out. He finally said, Spotify is not censoring me. They haven't said anything to me. There's no censorship going on. And yet still the people are going crazy saying Joe's been censored. He's full of shit. He's under their fucking thumb. We can't trust anything he says now. I have seen even before he came out with the statement, multiple videos, fucking annoying. I can't stand these people speculating so fucking hard.
Well, and that's the main reason why we
when there's absolutely no news about it
or talked about the story.
We talked about it when it came out, and we decided, just like with the Crystalia situation, we're not going to talk about it until more information happens. All these people want to jump on the fucking bandwagon. I've seen videos where absolutely no new information has come out. This one guy has made like fucking 7 fucking videos and no new information had come out up to that point. They were just like, oh, it's still going on, the Spotify thing. Each one's like 10 fucking minutes. What the fuck are you even talking about, dude? Nothing has changed.
Well, and it's because it's easy clickbait. It's easy,
Jesus
trending
fucking
thing
Christ.
to be
I'm getting
watched.
pissed off right now.
No, so yeah, I mean, the only thing I want to say about or add on to that is, and I'm not a big fan of his new studio, dude.
I hate it.
It looks like remember that scene in Star Wars where they're getting crushed by the fucking trash compactor thing? That's what it looks like to me.
It looks like an alien vibrator to me. And like he's trying to get them on the show. Yeah, that's what I said that to you before we started recording. I was like, this is his way to attract them on.
I mean, it's working.
This is what a Klingon pussy looks like.
It's actually the clitoris. Is that an alien? No, it's a clitoris. Same thing.
Yeah, no, I don't like the studio, and he's come out and said that's not what's going on. People are still fucking fighting back about that. And you know what? At the end of the day, you just have to take people for what they fucking say. And when more information comes out, then we can say something about it. But until then, all we know is all we know.
Right.
And as far as we know, that's not what's going on. So shut the fuck up.
Well, and then just kind of to back your point, I mean, I've been a fan of his podcast for a little while now.
Yeah.
And like I said, I never had seen anything for me to not take his word. You know what I mean?
Sure.
He seems to be a very truthful person. Anytime he does say things, when
he gets it wrong, he corrects himself.
He'll come out and say, "Hey guys, I fucked up. I misspoke and said this when that's not what I meant," and stuff like that. So I've never took him as someone that's gonna lie to us. But then again, it's like at the point he doesn't. Why does he even give a fuck?
Why would he care?
Yeah.
Here's the thing: do you honestly think, any of you fucking people that think this, do you honestly think he would have signed a deal that would take his rights away as the fucking guy who owns this podcast with his name on it, to the point where if they wanted to censor him, he could do absolutely nothing about it? He already has the fucking money. If they're going to go back on anything that they put in that fucking deal, because what, you think that he didn't hire a lawyer to look over the fucking paperwork? Like, are you stupid?
He has the biggest, arguably the biggest podcast.
There's absolutely no way he would give the rights up to that podcast, right? So he has the money already. If in any way they're going to start censoring him, which is probably in the contract that they're not allowed to do, because he literally said they have no artistic say. They can't do or say anything when it comes to how I make this shit. I guarantee you that's a stipulation in the fucking podcast.
I would assume so.
So you fucking morons are so goddamn stupid.
Keep making
All
your
he
videos.
has to do, if they're gonna break the fucking contract by doing that, he can then just walk away. He can walk away and fucking sue them.
So, yeah.
And then go right back to YouTube. You're all fucking stupid for fucking thinking this shit. And let's say we're completely wrong. Let's say we're wrong, and that is what's going on.
Well,
let's say Joe didn't have a lawyer look over his shit. Let's say he just fucking signed his life away. At the end of the day, he got his fucking money, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants with it.
Right.
And I really don't give a fuck. But you're all speculating off of no information. Absolutely zero information.
Well, and that's
it looks a certain way.
Problem of what's been going on lately, especially with this whole cancel culture bullshit and the way people are, like you said earlier, the main reason why we didn't approach certain topics like the Dalia or the Rogan thing is because there was not enough information. There's no sense in us speculating and accusing this person of doing this, and that. For one, it's just bad, information. You just shouldn't be giving bad information to people like that. For two, shut the fuck up unless you know what you're talking about. Like, it's that simple. If you don't know what you're talking about, shut the fuck up. I mean, that's kind of hypocritical saying that, because we say a lot of shit we don't know what we're talking about.
It's the problem with today's media and like the news sphere, is that everything needs to news stories expire in a matter of minutes. You know what I mean? So we have to get everything out there as soon as we hear about it. But you're not getting all the full information or the right story or anything like that. And everyone reads the big headline. No one reads the retraction.
Exactly.
You know? So when you get shit wrong, it never gets as many views as when you got when you were the first to talk about it. So, and I'm so fucking sick and tired of that mentality.
That's that TMZ mentality.
I never want us to do that. You know what I mean? And we could very well be wrong, but I feel more comfortable in the fact that we
at least
didn't fucking talk about it. This is what day is today?
The 5th?
The 5th of October.
And it happened probably like 3 weeks ago.
So we didn't talk about this for like a fucking month, whereas everybody else felt like they needed to make 10, 15, 20 fucking videos off of zero information.
That's how you get fucked.
Shut the fuck up. You fucking people are so ridiculous. And it's the same people that will literally get mad at the news for talking too early about a story, or somebody or get mad about somebody coming forward with a rape allegation without the full story. And then weeks later we'll get like somebody stepping forward. Actually, that's not what happened. And they'll be mad about that. But then they came in here and did the exact same fucking thing. You're all such fucking hypocrites.
A lot of hypocrites
Shut
in
the
media.
fuck up. You speculate off of nothing. You're just here to make views on your content, and that is all. And if you're gonna do that, fucking I don't care. Go home with your bag, Playboy. No one gives a fuck.
Oh, tell them.
Be upfront about it.
No, I completely agree with you on that,
Be upfront about it. You're just here to make fucking money. You just want content.
No, that's all it is.
They
know it's clickable, it's clickbait, and it's that trending thing that's going on. So one more thing I want to talk about before we close out.
Damn.
And it's something I've been wanting to talk about for a little while. I just haven't got a chance to get to it. Every time we do an episode, it just either skips, just I lose track of it or whatever.
Okay.
But you saw recently Logic had retired from music.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much just doing Twitch and gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when I first heard that, I was like, oh, dude, that's so fucking stupid. Like, it just sounds dumb. But he puts all of his videos out on YouTube as well, the Twitch videos and stuff. And it's actually really good and entertaining. It's not. Oh, really? It's not really.
I haven't checked it out at all.
I haven't really watched any of his like gaming actual videos, but what he does is like he'll throw the shit on, put the camera on, go live on Twitch, start making a beat like from scratch right there, and start rapping.
That's cool.
And like show you the process
that
he does. Yeah, it is. So I'm like, okay.
I watch shit like that all the time.
Yeah, I got so into it. So I watched like all of his fucking videos that were like that. I was like, this is actually, and
they were good.
Yeah, I was like, this is actually a fucking smart move for him.
When you're talented and entertaining, it can translate to so many other things.
For sure, 100%. And I'm excited
Not
for him.
Not for everyone.
No.
But some people know how to capitalize on that way better. Yeah. Like, we've talked about the whole Kanye thing. Like, Kanye is an amazing producer.
Right.
I emphasize producer so hard because that is one of the only things he's amazing at. He is absolutely shit designs? As a fashion designer, as an architect, as an interior decorator, and as
the studio was actually designed by Kanye. So I really
he did great.
Those words out of your mouth real quick, son.
I wouldn't be surprised if he designed Joe Rogan's new studio though, because that looks like Kanye fucking designed it. Man.
It's actually the inside of a Yeezy.
It looks like where they're fucking filming that shit. No, I that's fucking really cool. I'm actually happy to hear that. To be honest,
me too. Because I mean, I'm not like the biggest Logic fan. I do enjoy his music.
Yeah, I have a lot of his music.
I think he's a good rapper.
He is.
He's entertaining.
He catches so much shit.
He does.
I really don't think he deserves so much.
Not as much as the
shit.
No, for sure.
Especially with some of the other fucking talent we have out here in the fucking rap game. Like right now, half of them are talentless. It's like, okay, half of them are
this morning that had more talent than half of these rappers.
Cali?
Yes.
Half of them are talentless. And then about the other, like, I don't know, maybe like 25% are just fucking phonies.
Yeah.
Like they pretend they're about this life and they're not, like all that bullshit. And then the other the other like 25% are like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's
like the majority of like the rap, and then the other 20% are okay, and then the 5%
that's
are like that's
5%.
That good percent that you actually listen to.
You got to fucking bump, yeah.
That's what's going on right now.
It is,
and like Logic is one of those guys, like, love him or hate him, he's super fucking real.
No, for sure.
Very
and I
real.
think that's one of the reasons
that's why it's
that
translated to his Twitch career now.
Why I think that's such a appealing thing. Oh, Jesus.
Audio interference.
It's the fucking Ginger. His soul haunts us. We didn't mention him or Star Wars. But no, I think that's why it translates, or like you're saying, it does so well because it does translate into that. He just is almost this normal guy that just you see him doing something he's passionate about, and he's like having fun with it. He's like, I'm not doing it for anything other than me, and other than the fact that I'm doing it for myself, and I know people are fans of me and enjoy that. So I'm like, that's pretty dope. So definitely check it out. It's been pretty dope to see.
I saw some of his stuff on YouTube. I haven't seen it yet. I saw a lot of his interviews where he talked about leaving leaving everything behind and like sort of moving on to different.
The interviews weren't bad.
I saw them. I enjoyed them. I always think he's like a lot of fun when he does like podcasts.
He seems like a real guy. Like he's not like this fucking.
He's definitely like a guy you could sit down and have a conversation with, and it would be an interesting conversation. Right. With whether or not you talked about anything you even fucking liked or knew about. Like, it's one of those people where like you might not necessarily. I'm not a person who watches a lot of team sports or anything like that. Like, but if I sat down with a person who was interested in enough in it, that's the number one team sport. That's the one I only watch. The only one. But if you sat down with someone who was so enthusiastic about them that they could sell you on it so hard that where you're like, man, this conversation is amazing. I don't even like this stupid shit.
Yeah, you get entrapped by this, this person.
He definitely seems like one of those guys to me. Like, I feel like he could sit down with fucking Garth Brooks and sell him on rap music. You know what I mean?
They're actually doing a double feature album together.
Oh, that would be amazing. I'd buy that in a second.
It's called The Thunder Blows.
I'd pay for that OnlyFans just to see them fuck each other.
Whoa. I said album. They're nothing about fucking.
All right.
Why do you go take it there?
And to end on that note, guys, this has been another episode of the Cleaning Out My Closet podcast. You ready to wrap things up?
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap things up.
All right. I'm your host, Julian.
And I am your host, Sean.
This is going to be our new sign out thing where we speak for each other.
And I just want to say, I have a small penis, Sean, and it looks kind of like a. You remember that mushroom in the Super Mario Brothers? Yeah. Looks like that.
And I just want to say I've been sitting on my daughter this whole episode, and she's looking kind of blue, not sad, just like the color blue.
Oh, now I'm blue, the sad kind.
So guys, thanks for this for listening to this newest episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You can find us on all of our social medias at Real Clean Closet. So that's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can also find us on Facebook with the full podcast name, which is The Cleaning Out My Closet Podcast, or at Real Clean Closet. We also have a TikTok. We never fucking use it. Don't bother following us on TikTok.
No, at this point, no.
It's just we're never gonna get into TikTok.
I just kidding.
Definitely follow us on Twitter at Real Clean Closet.
Correct.
I feel like it's probably like 80% Julian tweeting on there, and
most
then the rest
of
of that other like 20% is like me tweeting on there, but it's mostly Julian.
I actually had a good idea for a tweet, but I couldn't get the actual factual numbers, and I don't want to throw fake news out there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air.
When it comes to the YouTube stuff, it's usually, if it's a comment, it's usually coming from me. When it comes to any of the Facebook updates, that's almost always me. Ginger-Shawn is dead.
I think I killed him.
Locked in my basement.
Yo, we got
him next to Dr. Dre.
So before we sign off real quick,
okay.
We like you said, he's in our basement, and we have acquired a taste for ginger meat. It's delicious.
That's hot. That's real sexy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We appreciate it. Make sure you're following, subscribing. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, of course.
Yep.
Make sure you're commenting, and kiss your dad for us.
Mwah. All righty.
I really liked on the what's it called, the last podcast. I think it was right before the video cuts out. You flipped it off. I loved that. I didn't notice it when you did it in the episode, so it was really great when it happened when I watched it.